Hello everyone, what is up and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be replacing the hard drive on the PowerBook G4. And of course, before we start into this video, I want to say that the PowerBook that I'm having is dead. It's totally dead. I tried turning it on and it's not working, so it's a fully dead PowerBook, but the steps in which we are going to do it is the same. So without further ado, let's get started into the video. So here's the PowerBook, and now let's just flip it around, and here we can see all the screws. Yeah, mine has a missing battery, but that's because mine is spoiled and I have thrown the battery away. But if your PowerBook happens to be the one which has a battery, just remember to take the battery out, which just requires you to just pull this tab out and you can just leave the battery out. That's pretty simple. And after you have done that, this is really important, but if you can actually keep your screws in order, then you don't need this magnetic pad. But for me, I really like to use this magnetic pad. I'm just going to put it at the side here. I have my screwdriver and my bit. So let's just start removing all the screws from this. So let's get started and remove it. Now that we have removed all the screws on this backplate of this PowerBook G4, let's just remove it. And there we go. The backplate is removed. And here we are revealed to a optical drive, the hard drive, and this is the Wi-Fi module. But for now, our focus is going to be on the hard drive. So now all you have to do is, as you can see here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We got to remove all the 6 screws of this hard drive. Now let's remove all the screws. The screws have been removed, but in order to make this repair easier for ourselves, there's still one more screw that we have to remove, and that is this black screw right at the corner near the battery case. This is the one that has to be removed. Now that screw too has been removed, and you'll definitely understand why I wanted this screw to be out when I take this hard drive out in a second. Before we do it, we gotta unplug this, and before we remove it, we gotta unplug it from the motherboard. This hard drive is actually seated really hard into this computer. Make it easier, since we have removed this screw and this is out, since this is a plastic component, we can just slowly push it to the side. Just be really careful not to break it, because if you go too deep into it, it will snap. So just be careful and just remove your hard drive. That's it. Your hard drive has been removed. This is the old hard drive on this computer. Now we are going to replace it with the new hard drive. For you, you can use your new hard drive, but for me, I'm just going to continue using my old hard drive. But just a thing to take note of, when you're changing to a new hard drive, just remember to just use the same paper or plastic that's on top. Also use these black stoppers. If you didn't realize, they're actually black stoppers here to securely seat this hard drive into place. So just make sure you take out all the rubber stoppers and transfer it back to your new hard drive before placing it in. Now we're going to place our new hard drive in, and let's move it to one side and push it in. And I'm just going to push this back in, and please make sure not to get any antennas in between, because they're actually antennas that are going around the case like this. So just be really careful about that. Now that our new hard drive is in place, just press the connector back in place, and there we go. Once you've heard the click, all you gotta do is just to push it back in. Now the first screw to screw it in is this battery case screw, because this is the screw that's gonna hold this entire hard drive in place when we screw all these screws back in. And there we go, that's in. Now it's time to screw backplate back on. Oops, sorry, I'm gonna turn it around. Now it's time to screw the backplate on. Just be really careful and make sure that your screw is straight, because if the screw is not straight, then it's just gonna go in a different way, and the laptop is just not gonna be stable if it doesn't, like mine just did. Try to unscrew it and just try to screw it back in straight. There we go, the first screw is in by screwing it straight. So just follow that for the rest of these screws. And there we go, the PowerBook has been screwed back into place. You can just flip your PowerBook back, open it up, and just install your new software, and you're good to go. Yep, that is the repair video on the PowerBook G4. This repair was slightly more difficult. I rated a 4 out of 10 because you have to remove the screws from the hard drive. But I'm not really sure if you really need to remove the screws from the hard drive, because for me, I usually do that and remove it out. But you can give it a try without removing it, but I'm not really sure about that. This repair was kind of tiring because you got to remove a lot of screws. But if you're upgrading your hard drive, this is the way to go. And let's say you have lost your PowerBook G4's user manual, which has all the repair guides, or let's say you bought it secondhand or something like that. It's the updated version of upgrading the hard drive. Let's say your hard drive failed, or you want to upgrade it to an SSD or just upgrade it to a higher capacity hard drive, whatever is it, here's your repair guide. A lot more reviews and just interesting upgrades once in a while coming up. If you like what you saw, don't forget to click the like button, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on notification so that you receive notification of videos that I post instantly. With that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch all of you in the next one. Bye bye.